Hey, what's going on, crypto people? It is your boy, the Crypto Siege, with another day in the life, in the crazy life that is the digital asset space. Good morning, happy Monday. Happy Monday, everyone. Guys, this was pretty incredible. I tell you, I heard this late last night, and I listened to more of it this morning. But you know, there's been this kind of debate, with, this ongoing discussion. It's really amped up. It's been really, kind of gaining traction about the idea that Ripple could, do an IPO, based upon this Series C funding over 200 million, and then getting this valuation of 10 billion that, so they could IPO. Right, they could IPO and then do an STO. They could just do an STO. They could acquire a company or be acquired. Some of these different type of things. And I thought it ought to be very, very interesting. I remember Brad Garlinghouse said and the idea of an IPO could be something in the future. And what does the future really kind of mean? I know Crypto Eddie was thinking the idea of an IPO now. The timing wouldn't be great, right? Because of all, you got China, U.S., you got China and Iran. I mean, that thing has really escalated. So geopolitically, it wouldn't probably be the best idea to do that. I did listen to Suze from Esoteric Trading Solutions last night for a little bit, and this morning as well. And I got to tell you, her idea of Ripple, the company, doing something that she calls, first of all, she titled the video, Ripple could transfer the 10 billion in wealth evaluation to the XRP hodlers. And I thought, wow, that's an interesting thing. Let me check that out. Suze is really smart. And I swear her background is having to do something with the FX market. I don't know if she was a trader or she ran a company or is, corporate in a company. I believe that's her background. If you guys know her literal background, just let me know in the comments. That would be awesome. And Suze, if you're listening, that would be awesome. You can let us know, because I can't really remember. I do know that you're very smart, though. And so the title of that video was very intriguing to me. Ripple could transfer its wealth to the XRP hodlers. And so I listened to that, and what she was talking about essentially, and I'm trying to, again, I'm paraphrasing and based upon, the one time I listened to it, the few minutes I listened to it last night and the few minutes I listened to it this morning to complete it. So I haven't had a chance to listen to it 2 or 3, 4 times, which I will do. But she's talking about that strategically it would be very smart for Ripple to do what she's saying is an asset swap and issue equity shares to the XRP hodlers. She mentioned a couple of reasons. Number one, she thought, Ripple doesn't want to, continue, getting into debt, if you will, borrowing, because the 10 billion, maybe 200 million was borrowed in the debt market, and it sounded as though there were two kind of debt markets. And again, I don't know. I'm not experienced. So if someone knows this better than me, let me know. There's a bond debt market, and then there's an equity debt market that companies use to raise funds, borrow against, I guess, their company's value, to borrow against their company's value. So and she was saying that I think she said that the initial one that they did was in the bond market, I guess, and got some debt on their books. But she was saying that they should be able to do it in the equity market, and she explains, the benefits from doing it in the equity shares. Very interesting. Again, she talked about the benefits from Ripple doing it. She mentioned added value in XRP in terms of XRP currently does have a value to it, because it saves a company significant money that they can now go and take and do other things with, right? So whether it be 35% internally or 75%, up to 75% externally, there's value in that when using XRP, and because of that, XRP does in fact have value. She mentioned one of the other great reasons why Ripple should strongly consider doing it is because Ripple, the company, first of all, they want shareholders, but they want diversified. They want a bunch of shareholders. So diversification in the shareholders, not just 1 or 2, 3 hedge funds owning the owning the majority of the shares in the company. So strategically, it would be smart for Ripple to do, you know, this quote-unquote asset swap, you know, get these shares, these equity shares out to the market in droves versus just a few people having shares in the company. Now, that to me, I understand that, and that, obviously that makes sense, because if you get 1, 2, 3 holding the majority of the shares, then they can kind of manipulate things, right? So ultimately, what she was saying is that at the current price of 19 cents, and again, this is just only part of the video, at the current price at 19 cents, Ripple, the company, could get rid of, snatch back up 25 billion XRP. And again, you're gonna have to watch the whole video to understand where she got 25 billion. But they could snatch up 25 billion XRP, and that's now off the market. It's not in the circulating supply at all. Ripple can do whatever they want with that. They can burn it, but since it's off the market, the value of XRP would go up. Now, her calculations, again, these are her calculations and her guesstimates, is ultimately for every 25 XRP that we hold, we would have one equity share in Ripple, the company. And I know that, you know, I've heard people like, oh my God, what's the Ethereum guy who made all that money? I think it's Horowitz. Made all the money in Ethereum. Hedge fund guy, I forget his name now. Made all that money. And when we talked in Ethereum, what he talks about, when he talks about Ripple, the company, he says, yeah, Ripple, the company, there's huge value there. Yeah, it would be great to own some Ripple, the company, but not XRP. So I think, and it's a very smart guy, right? Hedge fund guy. That what Suze is proposing would be significant for both the company and the XRP hodlers, because it's going to raise the value of XRP, and you're going to have shares, whatever amount of shares you decide to do, you're going to have equity shares in the company as well. But she came up with 25 XRP, 1 share in Ripple, the company. And I've always said, and I've always thought, it would be so nice to be able to own shares in Ripple, the company, because we all know how valuable this tech company is going to be. I mean, just think about it now. It hasn't even been around that long, and they've already gotten a $10 billion valuation. So how cool would it be as an XRP hodler to be able to do both? Have some XRP, but also have some shares and Ripple, the company. So guys, you definitely want to check out that video. I mean, it's very, very intriguing. I've already reached out to a couple of people from the channel to kind of get their thoughts on that. But go check out Suze. If you guys are not subscribed to her, you definitely want to do that. Very, very smart lady. It's Esoteric Trading Solutions. Go watch that video. Ripple could transfer their wealth to the XRP hodlers. I know some of you probably already watched it because you guys are awesome. So anyway, guys, listen, I'm going to wrap that up. I would love to hear your thoughts on the idea of owning shares, slant equity shares in Ripple, the company. I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. Anyway, guys, listen, I'm going to wrap this video up like I do all my videos and remind you of this, and that is old money doesn't want you to win. They don't want us to win. They would rather us remain a cog in their perpetual wheel of trading our time for dollars. They don't want us to play in the same playground that they play in, where we allow our money to work for us. This is our chance to win, guys. The digital asset space is our chance to win. We are in the midst of the greatest transfer of wealth in the history of man. Are you participating? Or are you standing on the sidelines? Here's what I do know. that the battle for you has already been fought. And the victory is yours. Go get it. I'll talk to you soon, guys. See ya. Bye.